What's going on, y'all? Good morning. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. We are going to break down all the top 25 teams, their projected records, wins and losses. We'll go into all the 25 teams. Yesterday, I talked about Ohio State. Today, we are breaking down the 2026 Texas Longhorns schedule. This is a team with SEC aspirations, college football, national championship aspirations. Let's jump right into their schedule and see how they fare in 2026. First game of the season for the Texas Longhorns at home against Texas State, the Bobcats. GJ Kinney has done a really good job at Texas State. I don't want anyone to take that away from what he's done at Texas State. They are now in the Pac-12, and they've been steadily improving each and every year since he's been the head coach. It's really good to see that, but let's be honest, they're not going to beat Texas. It's just not going to happen. They also have one of the most slept-on quarterbacks in the country at Texas State, so it should be an interesting game, but I got Texas winning that game. Now we get the Ohio State game, and again, 1 versus 2 matchup. I talked about this yesterday with Ohio State. I think Steve Sarkisian has been waiting for a team like this at Texas. He's wanted a team like this. He's wanted a complete team, I think, from the wide receiver room to the O-line room, XYZ, et cetera. But let me not even get to the schematics of things. I just think from just a pure football perspective, I think Texas is the better team. I talked about this yesterday. You just don't wake up and replace Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles and Caden McDonald. You just don't wake up and those guys are replaced. Ohio State, I mean, they're going to have to be in a hostile environment. This is some of those guys on the defensive side. They haven't played in a game like this, I would say. The onus is on Texas, I think, to deliver. I think Texas is the better team. I think Texas is going to win this game against Ohio State. I don't know. I really like Arch Manning. I think Arch Manning, year 2 with Steve Sarkisian, is going to look better. But, of course, Texas is going to have to defend those wide receivers. Jeremiah Smith, Brandon Ennis, Kyle Parker. The list goes on and on. Of course, Chris Henry Jr., the 5-star do-it-all freshman. So I got Texas winning that game. Texas is now 2-0. Then a home game against UTSA. UTSA has been doing a good job under head coach Jeff Traylor. Remember a couple of years ago, his name was part of the Texas job when it came open, but obviously went the direction of Steve Sarkisian. And I think Texas wins that game at 3-0. Then we have a September 26th game, Texas at Tennessee. Now everyone's going to be looking at this like, oh, man, Tennessee, what's going on with Tennessee? There's some question marks at the quarterback position. Yes, there are some questions at the quarterback position. And we have to remember, there was a game similarly to this last year. We remember the Texas season last year. Let me pull it up for you right now. Sort of had those, low-key games, had those, had wins against San Jose State, UTEP, Sam Houston, and then you got into conference play, and then you had your first L on the road in conference play. So same thing last year with Texas. They started on the road in conference play. This year in 2026, they also start conference play on the road against Tennessee. And again, there's a lot of questions about Tennessee. Who is their quarterback? Josh Heupel, he's finally got a new defensive coordinator in Jim Knowles. Can Jim Knowles put piece it together? This is going to be a very interesting game. I mean, on the road in Neyland Stadium, I can't even imagine the type of orange that's going to be in that building that day. In any case, I think Texas wins a close game. This is going to be a very intriguing game. And Texas right now, you're looking at a 4-0 Texas football team. Then you have the Red River rivalry against Oklahoma. Oklahoma should be a little bit improved, right? John Mateer coming back from that thumb injury that really handicapped their offense part of last year. Ben Arbuckle, too, as well, the Oklahoma offensive coordinator. We know he wants to have a better year in 2026. Why not in the Red River rivalry? I don't know how good Oklahoma is yet, but I just think Texas has a slight edge over Oklahoma. And I think Texas wins that game. I think Texas is 5-0. Moving on against Florida at home. John Summerall comes to town. His Florida Gators. Everyone talking about, John Summerall and this new Gator team. He came out today and said that his team has lifted an additional 14,000 pounds in the weight room. He's saying all these things. This is going to be an interesting game. I think John Summerall's group is going to be really, really motivated in 2026. I think this team is going to be better than what people think. I don't think they have enough what it takes to beat Texas on the road. They still have questions with their quarterback, right? Is it going to be Aaron Philo? Is it going to be Tramel Jones? We know Jaden Ball is one of the best running backs in the country. He was even supposed to transfer to Texas in the offseason. Didn't happen. But for in any case, I think Florida wins that game. I think that's going to be a closer game than what people think. Then we have Ole Miss coming to town on the 24th too as well. And Ole Miss, as we know, this is a team, national championship aspirations too as well. They want to get to the national championship. Let's just start with the SEC championship. They want to get to the SEC championship. And when you talk to Pete Golding, when you hear Pete Golding talk, when you heard him in media days, it's almost like a quiet zen around the team. And that really tells you that he believes in his group. He believes in his group. He thinks that group is good enough. I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say this. There is this 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to call it a murderer's row, but this is peak SEC competition. I believe Texas can have a loss in one of these games, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's at home against Ole Miss. Trinidad Chambliss is one of the best dual-threat quarterbacks in all of college football, can get it done with his arms, get it done with his legs, and he wants to win a marquee game. He wants to win a big game, and I think Texas versus Ole Miss in Austin, coming out of that Florida game, think about it. You have Oklahoma, Florida, Ole Miss in 3 consecutive weeks. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I think Ole Miss can find a way to beat Texas. We're looking at 7-1, 6-1, whatever the case may be. We're looking at 6-1. Mississippi State, I think Mississippi State might be one of the worst teams in the SEC this year. I think that's going to be a W. Then on the road against Mizzou. And again, Eli Drinkwitz has been, I think, one of the most, I don't want to say disrespected. That's hyperbole. I think Eli Drinkwitz has done a good job at Mizzou. He's done a great job at Mizzou, but it's like I'm still looking for that signature win. I'm still looking for that Georgia. I'm still looking for that Texas. I'm still looking for that Alabama, that marquee win for Eli Drinkwitz. I don't see it happening. I think Texas wins this game at Mizzou. Then we have LSU. And I think this is where things get really interesting because this is a road game and we haven't seen this version of LSU. We're not going to see this version of LSU until they play Clemson. But this is going to be a very interesting game. I think when it comes to hostility, at Tennessee and at LSU are going to be the most hostile games that Texas plays all year long. I 100% believe that. The LSU game is going to be really interesting. Sam Leavitt coming in from Arizona State. A lot of questions around that wide receiver room at LSU in a good way. Who's going to be the receivers? Because they have like 12. I don't know. What about this game is really intriguing? Is it the defensive side? Is it the offensive side? Is it the offensive mindsets with Lane Kiffin and Steve Sarkisian? Is it Will Muschamp? I don't know what exactly it is, but I think LSU can find a way to win this game. I think they do. I think LSU finds a way to win this game at home. And now you're looking at a potentially 8-2 football team. You go against Arkansas. I think that's a win. Then you're going 9-2. Then you go against you're on the road against Texas A&M. I know Texas A&M fans are looking for this game. They want revenge. They want a rematch. I think Texas is still the better team. I don't care if you added Isaiah Horton. I don't really care. It's not. I don't think. Yeah, I think that helps y'all on the offensive side, but I just still think Texas is the better team. And when we look up all that, we're looking at potentially 11-1, 10-2 for Texas, a loss, maybe potentially against Ole Miss. If they don't lose that game, maybe a loss against LSU. But 11-1, 10-2, that gets you to the college football playoff. And I've been talking about it. This guy wants to win. He believes this team is the most complete team he's had at Texas. We thought this was the complete team. We thought he had the most complete team in 2022 when he had Quinn, when he had Adonai Mitchell, when he had Xavier Worthy, when he had those guys on his team. But this year feels a lot different, and a lot of it happens to do with Arch. He has a quarterback that he believes can win him those close football games, can win him those games that you need a quarterback to win. And I think Arch has all the ability. We saw the end of the season last year. His game, beginning of the year, up, it was down, up, down, up, down, up. And then at the end of the year, we just started seeing that steady increase. And I think we also saw it in that bowl game against Michigan in the Cheez-Its Bowl. So this roster is good. This is a good roster. You got Cam Coleman from Auburn. I mean, like that is what everyone is talking about. Cam Coleman from Auburn. Ian Jeffrard, big, massive guy from Arkansas, massive body, 6'5", 378. This dude is a ton. He's massive. Helping on that D-line for Will Muschamp. Bo Masco coming in from Rutgers. Had a really good year at Rutgers last year. He's definitely going to be cornerback number one. That's why they brought him in. They brought him in to be quarterback number one. Malik Muhammad is still there too as well. And I'm really looking forward to this team. I'm really looking forward to this team. I'm really looking forward to this Texas team taking that next step. Kobe Black is still here. Cade Phillips, Xavier Philomene, there's two. Jelani McDonald coming back too as well. This is a really, really interesting Texas team. And I think for what it's worth, they're a playoff team. This should be one of the best seasons in Texas history. That's what I'm saying. I'm just being upfront. What they did in that running back room, literally transforming it. You're getting a guy like Hollywood Smothers and Raleek Brown. Yeah, I think this Texas team is going to be really good. 10-2, 11-1, college ball playoff. Yeah, that's what I see with the Texas team. We'll keep breaking down the teams in the top 25, season predictions. Keep liking, keep commenting, keep sharing. Love you guys. God bless. Peace.